Before I start, I would like to thank the organizers from the Ramanujan College and my friend from University of Delhi, Dr. Rajesh Singh, for giving me this opportunity for sharing my experience. And basically, as you can see, this is the topic which has been assigned to me. So I prepared, especially prepared this presentation for this workshop only because it is a very generalized topic. So it was really challenging to decide what to cover and what to leave. So as you can see that the topic of the presentation is skills and competencies in digital information landscape. So I'm really not sure who are the audience, whether the audience is librarians or there are other academicians. So, do you have idea who are the audience
Sir,
today?
both, sir.
Mostly
Both,
are
sir.
librarian.
The
Mostly are
librarian as well as
librarian.
the assistant professor, sir.
Okay. So, friends, part of this presentation will help the academicians to understand that what should be the skills and competencies they require in this digital information landscape or environment. And part of the presentation will specifically be focusing for library information professionals. So although the term that I'm going to use are basically focusing for librarians, but that doesn't mean those things are not applicable to academicians as well. Like I'm not only a librarian, I'm an academician as well. We are a faculty here in IIT Delhi. I'm writing a lot. I'm running a MOOC course as well. IIT Delhi Central Library is the coordinating center for offering the MOOCs program in library information sciences for the whole of the India. So we are basically having a state-of-the-art library, and my colleagues are really helping our faculty members to understand different dynamics and to develop different skill sets, how they can improve the academic presence and visibility in the current scenario, as well as once you are trying to help your improve your own profile, basically you are helping your college as well. When you are helping your college to improve the visibility, you are basically helping your institution, and finally you are helping the country India as a whole. So if you are able to develop some skills and competencies, in fact you are helping yourself and your country as well. That may help the improve the ranking of the country. Like we may have more papers, we may have more citations, we may have more interinstitutional or intercontinental collaborations. So, the agenda of my today's presentation is, can I shift it somewhere? Okay, I will shift it here because otherwise it will create problem. Okay, fine. Yeah. So the agenda of today's presentation is academics and researchers are surrounded by disruptive technologies, the different technologies which are around us, like ICT technologies, WhatsApp, Facebook. We are regularly using emails. So they are basically distracting us from our main work. So that is basically known as disruptive technologies. Then there is a transformation of libraries and challenges of the digital age for academicians and librarians. Then we will also be talking about emerging and innovative library resources, services, and products. We'll be also be talking about new roles, new skills, new competencies for librarians and other academicians. And then we will also be talking about the different digital initiatives that the institutions are currently taking. And I will be specifically covering the IIT Delhi as a case study, what we have been doing and how we have been inviting the attention of our faculty members and the administration. Then different skills and competencies for improving academic visibility and public perception. How you can improve your academic visibility and public perception, and how you can help your institution. And if you are able to develop these skill set, it can help you in your selections It can help you in your career advancement. It can give you an edge over your other colleagues. Then we will also be talking about the marketing of library resources, services, and product. So marketing is also very important. When you are doing some good work, people should also know about your good work. So people would come to know about your good work only when you are able to communicate to the people that what good work you are doing. Then finally, we will be concluding with the sentence or with the saying like, do we need the libraries or librarians in this current digital information landscape where there is a lot of penetration of ICT? Okay. So as you can see on this screen, academics and researchers are surrounded by disruptive technologies. Whether it is a academician, whether it is a librarian, or whether it is a researcher, you all are surrounded by different disruptive technologies. Even in your family as well, you might be seeing like your kids are not following you. Your kids are even using lot of gadgets. You are always saying them like, don't play the game, beta, or why are you using WhatsApp when you are attending the classes. So basically this all WhatsApp or like email or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or many other these technologies are sometimes known as disruptive technologies because these are distracting us from our main work. It means we have to make fruitful use of all these technologies. These are not bad technologies. It is up to us how best we want to make use of all these technologies. So these are the few thoughts in my mind like libraries are changing, the user needs are also changing. Therefore, the role of libraries and librarians is also changing. Why libraries and user needs are changing? Because we are in a knowledge society or in a digital age. We need to see as how libraries and user needs are changing. How to manage the above changes in the digital age. So as you can see from this screen, something I'm able. Let me shift it. I think it cannot be shifted beyond that. This. Anyway, so as you can see on this screen, like there is a transition from custodian role to information analyst role, then to knowledge workers role. As you can see from this screen, like due to enormous penetration of technology, many professions are going through sea change. Library profession is not an exception to this currently changing scenario, and it is believed that about 80% of the work or the work culture is ICT based in libraries, and 20% is basically traditional libraries. So libraries are facing change due to impact of ICT on information needs of library users, information sources, and technology. So these are some of the challenges of the digital age for librarians, like changing patron needs and changing information environment. The user, the patrons of the institutions or the libraries or the students are requesting for information in a different way. Earlier, they were simply dependent upon the notes of the teachers or on the books available in their departmental or central library. Now their demands are changing and their information environment is changing. They are looking for information in different ways so that they can properly use that information. Computers or web or Google or IT people who are trying to replace a reference library. So this is also a change in like the people who are expert in ICT or search engines like Google or IT people, they are trying to replace the role of reference library. Then there is a transition from print to digital, I mean e-resources. Then how to develop and maintain technological infrastructure and digital collections. Then how to develop human resources with different skill sets for maintaining the new system, how to cope with increasing financial constraint. Okay, then Changes takes place from forms to format delivery system. Changes are not only taking place in humans, only in technology, but the forms and formats of the document is also changing. Our delivery system is also changing, like how the information is being delivered. You can simply send a PDF file by email attachment or WhatsApp. So our delivery mechanism is also changing. Then every institution is now trying to compete in the national and international rankings. And with the change roles and services, the libraries and librarians are playing key role. Like every librarian or every administrator in the institution is required to provide data for different ranking agencies. Like while you are applying for NRF or QS ranking or Times Higher Education ranking or Chinese Arbu ranking, then you need to combine lot of data. And the academicians or the librarians who are involved, they are trying to help their institution to provide all this information. This change is inevitable, means you cannot escape from the thing. Therefore, the role of the libraries and academicians and the people who are in the research is also changing. So now I would like to discuss about some of the emerging and innovative library resources, services, and product. So as you can see, these are this slide is very important. Okay. So as you can see, like you need to understand about the various tools. For example, if you have access to Scopus, it can help you to understand different type of matrices like citation pattern or H-index and how your institution is figuring. Okay. Then if you have access to Web of Science, then you can also see different type of mapping, or you can assess or analyze different type of trends in the different domains. Then if you don't have do not have access to Scopus or Web of Science, then you can use some of the free tools like Google Scholar or Publish or Perish. Publish or Perish is basically a desktop version of you can say Google Scholar. You can, it's an app, you can install it on your system, and then you can map your profile. You can link your profile with Scopus or researcher ID or ORCID, etc. Then you have a Vidwan, another important database where you can create your profile like an expert, and you can see, you can link your profile with different IDs like your Scopus ID or your researcher ID or different other IDs, and you can see the different citations that you are receiving. You can see that your different papers are added there. You can see your collaboration with other people. And you can also see very interesting collaborative graphs, etc., including your H-index. So it is automatically linking your profile with your like Google Scholar and other profiles. So the front product of this Vidwan, you can say IRNS. So you can also integrate your Vidwan profile with IRNS. Like many of the institutions have created this the profile of their faculty member with the IRNS. It is a Ministry of Education project with Implement Center, which basically helps you to provide customized, you can say, output of your institution or individual. You in a simple language, you can say it's like a customized scopus, which gives details of publication, citation, etc. of your own institution only. In case of Scopus, it is giving data of all the different institutions. But in case of this product, it gives you only the data of your institution, like what is the H-index of your institution. And not only that, in case of Scopus or Web of Science, you cannot readily provide the H-index of a department. For example, if you want to see the H-index of Library Information Science department, the people working over there, or like in my case, I want to see the H-index of my electrical engineering department, I cannot see using Scopus or a Web of Science. But if, in case of IRNS, which is a free product from the Ministry of Education for all to use, you can see the H-index of a particular department once you are done with adding the faculty names there. Then ORCID is also very important nowadays, because if you don't have a ORCID ID, it's just like your academic Aadhaar card. So if you don't have ORCID ID, some of the journals may not allow you to submit your paper to a particular journal. Then you need to understand as an academician or librarian, you need to understand some of the alternative tools, whether it is ResearchGate or Academia or some other tools. Then knowledge of ranking tools or ranking agencies is also important. While you are submitting your data, you might be doing very good work, but sometimes you are not able to present yourself in a really good manner. If you are not able to present yourself in a good manner, then your ranking may be down, despite your institution might be doing good work. Now, when you are going for uh, interviews or like selections as an expert or as a candidate, sometimes you need to understand at least the impact factor and MBSP impact as well. Although you might not have published paper in impact factor journal, but at least you should have the knowledge of all these different dynamics. Okay. And then there are some commercial product. At least you should know a few lines about those products like Elsewhere's Pure or Cyber or Insights from Clarivate Analytics or Journal Citation Report. And then there are some other type of indexes as well, like Relatedness Index, H index, G index, I10 index, or E index. And now we have our own citation index like Indian Citation Index, and there is a UGC care list of journal which you need to understand as an academician or a librarian. So implementation of Web 2 or Web 3.0 tools and technology is nowadays very important to provide more interaction and user-centric library services. Some of these applications and technologies may attract new patrons to the library, and some may help to retain the existing users. Okay. Then Web 3.0 technologies such as the semantic web, cloud computing, mobile device-based services, robotic circulation may be implemented in any sphere of the life, and these are being implemented in different libraries as well. Some of the services we are also using here in IIT Delhi. So if we want to summarize this thing, so there are different emerging and innovative resources, services, and products which you can utilize in your day-to-day life. And these are some of the application where you need to develop your own skills and your own knowledge. Only then you can make use of these important services. These services are common, but I am specifically covering for the library because I am a library. I am using these services more in the library. Like you need to understand different webinar or streaming media. Things like in pandemic, you are learning more about different apps. Like you are using Zoom for this workshop. Then, when there was no pandemic, we were not aware about different applications like Google Meet or Zoom or GoToWebinar or GoToMeeting. So now, or WebEx. So there are different webinar and streaming media app which you need to understand, and some other technologies under emerging and innovative library services may be like instant messaging which we are using, RSS feed, podcasting, broadcasting. So there is a huge list of services which I have listed here on my slide. So you can see like these may also include blogs or wikis or mashups. So there are many services which the people are using as emerging technologies and trend. So many of the institutions or libraries are also using like library apps. They have online form. They are providing Ask the Librarian services instead of reference services. They are also using remote learning services, and these services have been widely used during this pandemic because nowadays people are still not coming to their colleges. The students are not coming, but the classes are going on. We cannot like uh, just say the student like your whole year you need not to come to the institution and you will not be able to cover your course. This will be delayed. So everything is now online. Many of the things are online. So you need to understand these tools and technologies as well. So people are making use of RFID or smart devices or biometrics, or they are using mobile-based library services. People are also using WhatsApp for business or Facebook for business or quick response code. And also people are trying to make use of artificial intelligence or machine learning as well. So all this is happening with the use of Web 2.0 and 3.0 based resources and services. So when we have lot of application of ICT in our life, there is lot of penetration of ICT and other different technologies in our day-to-day life. Our roles are changing. We need to develop new skills. We need to develop new competencies to provide services as a library or as a librarian, or to help our academicians, or to help our researchers, to help our faculty members to develop skills and competencies in their respective domain. So here in this skill, you can see like librarians are doing different out of box works, like librarian with the extended out of box responsibilities. Someone might be working as an information manager. Someone might be working as information advisor or instructor, or a system or networking manager, or information broker for both print and electronic media. Then you may also like to work as a facilitator or as an educator, or sometimes, though we may not be having a formal qualification, still we are doing the work of a like a website designer or webmaster. So we are doing lot of work in this changing scenario. So here library can play an important role in research. It can help you the research. It can help the researchers or faculty members. It can help in finding a research problem or topic. Like as a librarian, we can tell you that while you are preparing the synopsis of your thesis, there is a website like Shodh Gangotri where readily available synopses are there. So you can download the synopsis. You can modify the synopsis as per your requirement. You can see the pattern. So there are a lot of good things happening in this world, and here the librarians can help you to understand and to take help from those resources. Okay, and then we can also help the people to understand that Shurganga is a website where more than 3 lakh theses are already available. So you can see those sites and you can take help from those sites, which can help you prepare your synopsis or in writing your thesis or in review of literature. Then, as a library, we can help you for gathering background literature, or for writing introduction, or even for review of literature. We can help you collecting data. We can help you in analysis of the data, because we are having access to so many tools. We can help you to understand or make use of SPSS or R software or something else. Okay, so there are different support services that we can help you to use it. Then we can help you as a library in writing research report, in disseminating results, to make content available on every possible device and in a unified discovery way, and to make aware about the predatory publishing. So nowadays people are in hurry to publish their paper in different journals or books or conferences. So you should also be aware that these publications may create problem for you while you are appearing for the interview or for the promotion. So as a library, we can help you understand what is a predatory publishing. I think one of my lecture in this workshop is on predatory publishing. So we will be discussing those things in detail as part of my that presentation that is perhaps scheduled for 24th of this month. So that is full lecture on predatory publishing only. So role of librarian or library staff for ETD program, electronic thesis and dissertation program is also important. Like library professionals can play a key role in managing the workflow of ETD submission, ETD life cycle, and may support the researchers and supervisor as an ETD life cycle manager. Means we can completely help you as a library how you can prepare your thesis from preparing to submission to making it available for public. Then we can help you understand the plagiarism or similarity things. Then as a policy maker as well. Then as an ETD repository administrator or manager. Then as a university coordinator for Shodh Ganga or Shodh Gangotri or Shodh Shuddhi. Shodh Shuddhi is the basically anti-plagiarism or similarity project of Inflignate, through which they have provided access to Urkund anti-plagiarism software funded by Government of India, Ministry of Education to everyone. Okay, and also we can help you as a trainer or training organizer. So, how to upgrade professional competencies, or what are the different professional competencies that we need to upgrade or develop in order to be a perfect academician or perfect librarian or really good professional to provide really good services to help our institution. So some of the professional competencies where we need to be smarter, to develop in ourselves are some of those are like we need to develop our managerial skills, we need to develop our communication skills, we need to develop our presentation skills, we need to develop our customer services skills. Means the people who are coming to us, whether these are students or researchers or our colleagues, we need to help them to develop those services skill. Means we have to provide them with the best services. Okay. Then commitment to lifelong learning. Okay. Means we should be committed to provide services to the people for the life. Okay. Then evaluation and assessment skills. We also need to develop evaluation and assessment skill, and soft skills are also important in this competitive world. So as a LIS professional, we should look at new technologies and services with a critical eye. We cannot blindly adopt any technology as a learned person, as a library professional, because our responsibility is not only to take care of ourselves or our library, our responsibility is also to help the people to understand different technologies and develop skill, help people develop their skills in different domains. So, as an updated librarian, you assist in decision making on access to content. You are assisting researchers with discovery and accessing content. You are promoting use of content in the institution. You are reporting on usage of content. You are assessing research produced by your institution. You are assisting authors with submitting papers for publication. Many of the authors are or researchers are unaware how to submit the paper. You are helping in that. You are helping in cataloging and processing metadata. You are helping authors with applying for grants. There are different grants provided by different funding agencies. You are doing that as well. You are making innovative use of technology to support learning. You are doing a lot of scientific research to meet institutional needs. Scientific research means different mapping things like who are the top authors, what is their citation rate, what is their H index, what is the output of my institution. Then we are trying to play the role of as an auditee as well, and we are also acting as a liaison between institute and the researcher and different agencies. So some of the library leadership skills and competency that we need to develop in ourselves are equally applicable to leadership skills and competencies for academicians as well. Okay, like steps to be taken to develop next generation library leaders involve developing your subordinate to take a future role. Sometimes we are a very good worker, we are a very good administrator, but we are not trying to develop or we are not trying to help someone to take our position. So, as a honest and really genuine librarian or information professional or academician or administrator, we should try to develop or we should try our subordinate to take up future role, so that in case we are moving somewhere or we are not in the office or we are shifting to some other institution or we are on leave, our juniors may take care of all the requirement. So we need to prepare some succession plans so that people are able to take care of the requirements of our institution when we are not around. So don't be afraid of intelligent subordinates. Sometimes our subordinate is very intelligent and we are always afraid of his or her intelligence. So don't be afraid of intelligent subordinate. You can make better use of those subordinates. Don't be afraid of problematic subordinate. So you will always find 1 or 2% maybe problematic in every institution. So you have to handle them tactfully. Some of the subordinates who are problematic, they may be problematic in one area, but they could be very good in some other area. So you can, it is your smartness how better you can make use of their services. Give equal opportunities to all. Don't miss the opportunity. If you have the opportunity, don't miss that. Don't worry of credits. If you are doing some good work, don't expect somebody will give you the credit. If somebody is giving you the credit, then there will be problems for you as well. If you are very popular, okay, if boss is praising you, then there will be few people who may not be liking this. So keep your work silently. The credit or the praise or the reward will come on its own. Then give same treatment to your subordinate, which you expect from your senior. There is no substitute for hard work, sincerity, and punctuality. Avoid politics, conflicts, and dishonesty. You may not be in agreement with your some of the colleagues, but avoid doing politics. Avoid conflict with the people. It will harm your health. It will harm the health of the other person, and it will damage the institution as well. Then work as a head of the family. For example, if you have two brothers, one sister, mother, your auntie, uncle in the family. Okay, you may not be liking your real sister for her habits. You may not be liking your own son or own brother because of some uh, disliking. Some of their habit may not be appropriate. But still, you are working as a head of the family. You are not ignoring them. You are taking care of their need. It means you have to work like head of the family in the office as well. Only then you can have better people. So these are some of the essential qualities for a library leader. If you want to become the good library leader, these are this list gives you some of the things which you can adopt in your real life. Like one should be a good human being, should be creative, innovative, out of box thinking, should be a role model for the staff. If you yourself is really good, you will become the role model for a staff as well. If you yourself is not good, obviously people may not be liking you in the long run. So should be a change management, whatever is change happening, one should be part of it, one should be ready to accept that change, willing to take risk and hard assignment. If you are saying like I don't want to annoy someone, I don't want to displease anyone, so that doesn't work in the real life. If you want to grow your institution, if you want to develop your people, if you want to grow your library or college or institution, then sometimes you need to take risk, and also you need to take some hard and tough decision. And one should have good attitude, quality service, service with a smile, and should know how to control anger. You should be able to control your anger as well, even if someone is not behaving with you properly. And you should be a good listener. Okay, you should be a justice. Okay, you should be a good listener, and also I think you should have good knowledge of your area of interest, and also you should try to understand your users or your students as well. If you are able to understand their requirement, obviously you will be able to provide them with better services. So the list is long that can be shared with you in PDF. So, as a managerial effectiveness, you need to develop some of the skills. You need to understand some of the managerial thing to be a really good administrator or a good person. So, some of those managerial effectiveness includes like develop plans and strategies, sets your priorities, and focus on what is critical. Confront and solve problem. If there are problem, confront with those problems, then you have to find the solution as well. Okay, make sounds and timely decision. You have to take some sound and timely decision when there is a need. Then evaluate subordinates fairly. You need to evaluate your subordinate fairly. You should not be biased. You should not be prejudiced. Okay, you should monitor the task uh, properly, and you should implement those things properly. So there is a lot of things to discuss, but in this limited time, I will be touching almost everything in a simple way, so you can explore it further. Then, as a really good professional, you need to develop your cognitive skills as well, like envisions future needs, be open-minded and accept new ideas. You should be able to diagnose situation accurately. You should not be misguided by your colleagues. You should be creative, and you should be able to analyze information effectively. Then you need to also develop your social skills. You should be able to communicate effectively, should be able to build good work relationship, should understand others' needs and emotions, should listen actively, appreciate and respect the ideas of other. If you are finding that some of the ideas given by your very junior colleague are really good, you should appreciate and respect your juniors and colleague. You should be able to function in a political environment as well. Like when the situation is very difficult, there are different camps in your office, there are different people who are creating problems, there are different groups. In that environment also you should be able to deliver, and it will be great if you have a sense of humor. You should not always be serious, even there may be issues, but you should be having some sense of humor so that you are comfortable, your colleagues are comfortable in delivery. Then as far as motivational skills are concerned, one should have high motivation to achieve, and to motivate your staff, should be proactive, be committed to achieving organizational goal, takes initiative and lead from front, and keeps an optimistic view. Then some of the personal skills that you can develop, and those are required in current digital landscape are like you should be able to control your emotions wherever needed. You should have self confidence, should know your own strength and weaknesses. Okay, you should be trustworthy. You should be ready to accept criticism. If someone is criticizing you, he may be your well-wisher. You should be occupational. You should be committed to high ethical and professional standards, and you should strive for service improvement or excellent. Strive for self-improvement, and should know how to balance personal and professional life. If you have some problem at your home with your wife or with your kid, that should not be reflected in your office. And if you are having some problem in your office, that should not be reflected at your home. So you should be able to strike a perfect balance in your home and at your office. Then, as a leadership style, I think it is always good if you are cooperative, if you are authoritarian, and also if you are sharing your responsibilities with your some of the colleagues, and it's a shared leadership. So although you might be doing really great work, very good things, but still marketing is very important. You need to learn about the marketing. Means whatever good work you are doing, you should be able to market. Means you should be able to tell the people like what are the different good work that you are doing. So if you are able to tell the people what are the good work that you are doing, that would be great. Okay, so marketing helps you like in greater use by your end users. If you are doing some you are doing some good work in your office. So, and if you are marketing as well, then there will be greater use by your end user. Your people will be able to use the resources that you have created. Then you will have better partnerships with faculty and administrators. I think once your impression is good, you will be able to have adequate fund from your management. You can take better decisions about to provide services at your library. Then maintenance of central position of library in the institution. If you are doing good work and you are marketing as well properly, then people will give you lot of respect and your position will be central in the institution or college. And better informed and more supportive authority. Your authority will be more informed that you are doing good work and they may support your activities as well. Okay, so these are some of the marketing strategies that you can adopt. Okay. Anyway, so friends, really sorry because that is the limitation of the technology. I was unfortunately unaware what you were able to see. So yeah, so things which I discussed with you was like I discussed about the mapping, bibliographic, scientific tools. Please let me know. Let me know if there is a no movement of the slide forward. Okay. So, friends, I discussed about the like different mapping, bibliographic, scientific tools which are available. If you are having paid access to these tools, or if you are having you don't have a free paid access to these tools, then you can use Google Scholar or many other publish or Paris or Vidwan or Arctic. So this was the slide which I used. Then we discuss about the different Web 2 and 3.0 tools and technologies which may be used not only in the libraries, in our daily life as well for making our life simple. Like we can host like different webinars or streaming things using different tools and technologies. Then we can use different other technologies as well. I think verbally I have already covered. So you can see on this slide. Then apart from those things, then many emerging and innovative library resources, services, and product may be used like federated search or institutional repository or like library website or portals, or there could be different subject gateways, online forms, cloud computing, or remote login facilities. Apart from this, many of the people or libraries are using mobile-based services like WhatsApp for business or Facebook for business or QR code technology or RFID technology. Some of the institutions are also exploring the use of robotics or expert systems or machine learning or artificial intelligence. So, as a new role, new skills, or new competencies for librarians, you might be seeing that different people have different type of designation globally as per their work, like whether it is a information manager or like a webmaster or subject specialist. Then library plays an important role in your research, as I discussed. I think now my slides are changing. Hello, are you able
Yes,
to?
sir. Yes, sir.
So it is library plays an important role. So if there is no
Yes,
forward,
sir. Yes, sir.
if there is no forward movement, then please let me know. Okay. So library plays an important role in your research in helping you finding a research problem or topic. Like I discussed about the Shodh Gangotri, where lot of thesis synopsis are there, or Shodh Ganga, where more than 3 lakh theses are available, or Network Digital Library of Thesis and Dissertations, where uh, many lakhs of theses from different countries in full text are available. Then, as a role of library and library staff for electronic thesis and dissertation programs, so I think library people or librarians are playing important role in ETD, electronic thesis and dissertation program, right from writing of thesis to your thesis submission and making it available globally. Then we discussed about the grading professional competencies. These competencies are general for everyone, but I have specialized these competencies for a librarian. Like as a professional, you need to develop your professional competencies, whether these are managerial skills or like communication skills or presentation skills, or you can say customer service skills or commitment to life learning or evaluation or assessment skills or soft skills. So as a LIS professional, you should look at new technologies and services with a critical eye. If you have some technology, then you should not simply believe on that technology. You should critically look into that technology. Only then you can rely and make proper use of that technology. Then I discuss about a updated librarian. A updated librarian is really a competent librarian, whether it is a librarian or an academician or administrator. And a updated librarian can assist in different decision making and in different role, as you can see on the screen. Then other library leadership skills and competencies may be divided into many groups. Like these are the steps to be taken to develop next generation library leaders. So I have already covered it. You can see on the screen, developing our subordinate to take up our future role. Like if our subordinates are there, we should also try to develop skills in them so that in our absence or on our retirement or when we are leaving the institution, they are able to take up our responsibilities. Then some of the essential qualities for a leader and especially for a library leader are like one should be good human being or one should be creative, innovative or should have out of box thinking, should be a role model for staff, should be a change management, should be willing to take risks or hard assignment, should have good attitude or quality service or service with a smile. As you can see, there is a long list because I have to finish before 3 o'clock, so I cannot repeat everything. I'm really sorry, I don't know where was the time lag. Then we should, as a library leader or as a leader in academics, we should also have some managerial skills like to develop plans and strategies, sets priorities, and focus on what is critical. So there is a long list of managerial effectiveness. Then we also talked about the cognitive skills a leader should have, as you can see on the screen. We also discuss about the social skills one should have as far as the leadership is concerned. Then we should also have some motivational skills that we discussed just now. Like one should be able to motivate his staff, and one should also be motivated. Then, as far as personal skills are concerned, uh, these are the skills which you are not having while you was born. You need to develop these skills in your with the passage of time, with your experience. Like you should be able to control your emotions. You should have some self confidence. You should be committed to high ethical and professional standard, and you should be able to strike a balance between your personal and professional life. Like your problem should not be reflected at your home, and your problem at home should not be reflected at your office. Then if you are a leader, you should have a leadership style of like you should be cooperative, authoritarian, and just be able to share the responsibility with your colleagues. Then we also talked about the marketing. Like if you are doing some good work, you should be able to market your good work. Means people should be able to know that you are doing some good work, and if the people are able to recognize your good work, they will help you whether they are administrator or your colleague. So these are some of the marketing strategies for promoting library resources, services, and product. So these strategies may also be applicable in case of our real life as well, for non-librarians as well. Like if we are able to create interactive library website with visuals and links to tutorials that can help us, we can develop library apps or apps for our different purposes. We can make fruitful use of social media for providing better resources, services, and product. We can have a good orientation or outreach programs or workshop like this one. We can have interactive web-based online public access catalog. We can have discovery and federal research services that may be integrated with library app as well. Then we can have list of new arrivals and different transaction alert using email, SMS, etc. Then there could be some interlibrary loan and document delivery services, and you can also provide service of e-newspaper clicking free of cost using RSS feed. Then blogs or wikis or RSS feed or broadcasting or podcasting may also help promote your different services. Then in a situation like pandemic, your remote access facility is very important. And if you are able to develop your own institutional repository, that can also help. So there are a number of services which can be provided for the marketing purpose. And there can be many ways of conveying your message to the reader. It could be through publicity, it could be through advertising, it could be through direct marketing, it could be through public relations, it could be through social media, and it could be through personal one-to-one contact. So I think now you are able to see all my slides changing, no? Yes? Are you able to see the slide changing now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now you are seeing the slide, even Ranganathan. This slide you are
Yeah,
seeing.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine. So even Ranganathan, the father of library science in India, has shown the new ways of providing efficient services in current scenario. Like library resources are these basically have been drafted on the basis of his 5 laws of library science. So instead of books, we are using that library resources are for use. So if a resource is not being used, it should either be marketed or eliminated. Then every customer has her library resources. It is not enough to make customer happy, we must delight them. Means we should do more things what a customer or user is expecting. Then every library resource is and its customer. Means whatever resources we have in our library, we should try to find out that there are someone who is using that resource. Okay. Then save the time of the customer. The librarian's mantra: better, cheaper, and faster. Better is subjective, cheaper is often irrelevant, but faster is a measurable benefit. Then a library is a growing organism. So nothing is constant. Make it easy for your customer to tell what did you do well and what you could not do well or did poorly. So as far as the 5 laws of Ranganathan are concerned in the e-reading environment, we can have new interpretation of these 5 laws. So instead of books, we can say like e-resources are for use. Every reader is her e-resources. Every e-resource, any e-reader. Save the time of the e-reader patron. The library is an evolving organism. And the sixth law given by James Rettig is every reader his freedom. Means one should be able to read the content as per his freedom. Like one should be able to read with mobile in his bedroom. One should be able to read in laptop while sitting in the office, or one should be able to read on a palm top while sitting on the beach. So some of the digital initiative that we have taken in IIT Delhi and some other exploration I would like to share with you with the help of screenshot. So some of the good thing that we did to promote and strengthen the library system and our own position as well in IIT Delhi. Like if you are doing some good work, our position will also be strengthened. So some of the good things we did like this, we have a digitally transformed and interactive library website using Drupal. Link to digital resources we have given from OPEC and website. We are running the Epic MOOCs program, which is really a hit. We have more than 3,000 learners this year from different parts of the world. And last year also we were having almost 3,000 learners. We have a institutional repository using DSpace known as ePrint at IITD. We have online book recommendation system. During pandemic, people are finding it difficult to recommend a book using the manual form, so they can use the online book recommendation system. Then we have a library app for single window search, which can be used with Android or like Apple. Okay, we provide e-news clipping services. We have a video library. We have a digital display of newly arrived books on our website. We are using we are uploading different contents for our users. So that is basically digital upload. We are using single window search. Our RFID system is very popular. We are using it from 2010. Then we are making judicious use of social networking. Although it is a disruptive technology, still we are making a fruitful use of this technology. Then digitalization of the whole institute's record system has been digitized or being digitized. So library is basically coordinating those activities, and everything of the library is on our cloud Badal. Badal is a Ministry of Education cloud. We are not maintaining any server. We don't require any major maintenance. We are not maintaining even a single server. So our Lipsys 7 is on Badal. Our DSpace repository is on Badal. Our standard server is on Badal. Our website is on Badal. So we have a complete cloud-based solution being used in the central library. We have a very good faculty profiling system using Vidwan and IRNS. We are using very good remote login facility through Shivole, Inflated Shivole, in fact, and also through VPN as well. We have a Ask the Librarian interface, which is equivalent to your reference service, and we are providing email alerts for all the transaction. And we have a very good interlibrary loan and resource sharing or document delivery service apart from other digital services. So this is the screen which shows some of our library services in IIT Delhi. Like you can say, this is our circulation counter main area. These are our racks. These are the pillars decorated with wood, and the newly arrived books are placed here. And this is our humanities and social sciences. These are our reading halls. These are our OPEC terminals, and this is our computer lab. So this is the website that we are using. This is basically a Drupal-based interactive dynamic website. The beauty of this website is it can take the keyword from any part of the website using this search box. So this is a screenshot showing our self-service RFID system. Our student user are able to self-check-in, check out, or use the book drop for dropping the books. And this is the Google Play Store page showing our library app for single window search. This is the main page showing single window search using our single window search system using our internet facility. Okay, so I think the screens are moving. So IIT Delhi provides e-news clipping services to everyone. Then we have a very good video library service. We have a Ask the Librarian interface or chat now. We have online access to thesis from our institutional repository using DSpace. Then our full text e-resources have been organized in really very user-friendly manner. And we have a to Z list of journals. We have a back files. We are having access to almost all the important bibliographic databases. Then we have access to different standards. We have access to many ebooks. Then we are also trying to do the research publication management, whatever is appearing in Scopus and Web of Science from IIT Delhi. And we have access to this Civole-based remote access management system. So all our users in different parts of the world are able to access our resources using this remote login system. So they can use their Kerberos login and password, like your email ID and password, and they can be identified as a authorized user, and they can access all our resources. How it looks like this: it asks for username and password, and you are able to access from anywhere. Then we have some e-resource uses policy. We cannot make misuse of that. Then we have a very strong research support services and outreach program. We are trying to help our researchers to provide all sort of help, right from providing the data to analysis and other things. And also we are trying to, this is the screenshot from the, you can say, a short video, short movie of IIT Delhi Central Library, which provides you access to video apart from content edit and has been prepared by all the officers in the library. And whatever outreach programs we are hosting for our users, we are trying to add those things in our website as well. And we are hosting some of the good programs, like you can see, we hosted one of the biggest event, KEDL, and another screen is from the national seminar on Ranganathan's Day, or you can say Librarian's Day. Then we are also hosting user-centric tutorials. So if you are able to do such type of activities, obviously your image will be improved, your library's image will be improved. And this is the online book recommendation system that we are using for recommending the books. And this is how the newly arrived books management system works. This is how we are making use of judicious use of social networking. We have our Twitter handle, we have our Facebook page, but we are making judicial use. So we are not sending any communication in paper to any of the colleagues. We have a WhatsApp group known as ITD LibNet, IT Delhi Library Network. So any order that is issued is posted on ITD LibNet only. Only the officers have the freedom to upload anything. This is the faculty profiling or IRNS or Vidwan page of IT Delhi, which is just like a customized scopus. And this is how an individual profile of a faculty looks like. It gives beautiful depiction of like collaboration, and it is all dynamic. If you will visit our site, which is a public profile, so you can also explore this. Then we have given link to our digital resources from OPEC as well, so that people are easily able to access our resources. Then we have given link to different resources during COVID, so that people who are not able to come to the library, they are able to access our resources. And we have uploaded different content, including like question paper for the students or our library handbook, etc. So people in this pandemic can download and use all these resources. This is the digitalization access record management system of IT Delhi, through which all the service books, every record, every file has been digitized or being digitized, and access has been provided through the space-based platform. This is article alert service from Scopus. The Scopus APIs are free, so this service you can also start even if you are not subscribing to Scopus. This is the computer lab. We are not able to make proper use of this computer lab because of pandemic, but we have created really a very good computer lab. And all our videos or content have been uploaded for the course that we are offering from IT Delhi, that is Emerging Trends and Technologies in Library Information Services. Total 48 videos have been uploaded as part of this course. And as part of this pandemic, we have prepared really best practices and protocols or SOPs through which we are providing library services. We were never closed except in April. Our library is open for limited time. It is not 24/7. We are open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, and we are also facilitating our staff to work from home when there is a need. And this is the screenshot from the Badar cloud computing. All the library services are run through this Badar cloud computing. And if we are not able to host a physical exhibition, we are hosting virtual book exhibition as well. Although we hosted this physical book exhibition as well for obtaining the recommendations. And I can say that the overall usage of e-resources is increasing in this pandemic. I mean, people are still making use of e-resources, and you can say as far as co-usage from the Science Direct platform elsewhere is concerned, we are more active user comparing to whole world or India. The India's usage is 34%, and we are using up to 40%. So we are also trying to explore the use of cloud computing, and we are also looking into the aspect, can we use the blockchain in the libraries here. We can also we are also trying to explore the use of artificial intelligence or machine learning for providing some of the library services. And I think we are not doing it, but many of the libraries may adopt digital signage in their library instead of physical signage. You can also upload some of the facts, frequently asked question on your website. Then if nowadays libraries are providing very good data and statistical services, because many of the faculty members and research scholars need support in their data analysis or in writing thesis. And as a smart administrator or librarian, you need to have some knowledge of some arithmetic tools as well, also of citation tools. Then many of the libraries are making use of QR codes for providing different services. And some of the libraries like German library on Max Fuller Bhavan, they also have some maker spaces. Means they have created some creative spaces for their users to attract the users. And some of the libraries are creating really good, you can say, sitting spaces so that people are coming to the library, they are enjoying their time in the libraries. And as you know, like most of us are migrating to online learning and teaching, whether this is your workshop or something else. And we all are arranging need-based different activities or webinar in this pandemic, and lot of resources being linked free from different sites. This is a screenshot from IFLA site. And if you're able to create a page of your institution or college or your own page, and if you are able to retain even a single line on Wikipedia for your own or for your institution, that will be the hit one on Google search. Okay, then if you are not able to write the English properly, then there are English correcting softwares like IT Delhi is using Grammarly. Okay, but if you are not able to subscribe a paid software, you can also use a free software like Ginger. Then as a librarian, the searcher's frustration is that we are not able to find a good result. So here the librarian can help, can tell you how you can get a proper result. You can get a proper result using different specialized tools like Delnet or WorldCat or IndCat or a single window search, or you can use some advanced searching tools like these are meta search engines which are searching some of those resources which are not available on you can say through normal Google search. Like this is one of the meta search engine known as Dogpile. Then there are some semantic search engines which are going or searching deep web as well, which are searching invisible web as well, like Excel or SenseBot or Google. This is the screenshot from Excel, and this is from the Google, which are basically semantic-based search engine, which are searching invisible web. Then there could be some subject information gateway. So instead of searching the information on Google, you can directly go to subject information gateway, and you can search the information of your subject directly from different subject gateways. Then you can also access some of the review resources if you have access to these resources like Scopus, Web of Science, Indian Citation Index. And finally, as a librarian, we can help you to improve your academic visibility and public perception. How we can help you or how you can improve your academic visibility? You can improve your academic visibility by creating your different profiles on different sites. Like you can upload your small CV on your own website like IT Delhi or on ResearchGate or Orsted or Vidwan or Academia or Google Scholar or Impact Story. Even if you are creating your profile on social media applications like Facebook or LinkedIn, that is also not bad. If you are making fruitful use of these resources, you can have really very good academic presence. Okay, like I have my website on IT Delhi website, official website. Then I also have my website as nabihasan.in. Okay, so for nabihasan.in, I am paying roughly 2,100 or 200 rupees per annum for hosting fee. Like I have created my profile on Orsted, so you can also create your profile on Orsted or on Vidwan, or you can say on Microsoft Academic or Mendeley or Publons or Academia Edu, and you can also integrate your website with Google Analytics. Like I have here, you can see I have integrated my webitd.ac.in Hasan with Google Analytics, so I am able to see the use of my content or website from different parts of the world. And creating Google Scholar profile is very simple. If you have a Gmail ID, you can just link your Gmail ID with Google Scholar. And if you are having PPTs, you can upload your PDFs of the PPTs on SlideShare. That will give you some visibility. And Figshare or Social Science Research Network, if you are able to create profile you here free of cost, that will also give you lot of visibility. So I'm also making use of social networking, but I'm making judicious use of social networking. We should not waste our time on such site. And if you are able to create your profile on these sites, you will be having very good hits on Google as well. Like if I'm typing Nabi Hasan, so all the hits are coming to me. Although I have not done any great work, but my profile is present on all the important websites. That is why it is giving very good hit to my name. Okay, so this is a remote access management in fact page of IT Delhi. And if you are able to have some international collaboration with some international institution, that can also help you because IT Delhi is having MOUs with most of the institution. So if you are able to integrate your library component or your the component of your subject, that can also help. And if you are doing some good work, these are some of the screenshots from my previous institution when I was University Librarian of Aligarh Muslim University. So you need to market your good works as well through different sources. Only then people will come to know that something is happening in your library. So these are some of the screenshots from that time until 2018. I worked in AMU. So even the TripAdvisor ranking of Maulana Library AMU was improved during my time because its visibility was everywhere. Okay, and the best comes when your own students who have studied in your library are praising you. Like this girl, Vaishali, qualified IAS, and she has given the credit of qualifying the IAS exam to the library because library provided her a best ambience. She is currently perhaps SDM of Ambala. So she has recently been in the civil services qualifying IAS. But if you are able to publish your paper in good sources indexed by like Web of Science or Scopus or Indian Citation Index or they are in the UGC care list of journal, then it can help you a lot. So now we are making lot of use of data visualization tool. So if you are like presenting your data in just text format, it may not invite the attention of the people. But if you are able to give some visual effect to your data, like with the help of images or videos or some graphical presentation, that can attract the attention of different people. But ultimately, for an institution, what matters is citation, citation, and citation. So here I have listed because my time is going to be over, so I have to close it. So I'm just showing you these couple of slides that ultimately for an institution or university, citation matters a lot. And these are the different ways how you can improve the citation or how you can help your institution to have better citations. Okay. So finally, I would like to say, like, is there need of libraries and librarians in the digital information age? Like, we are invisible. Librarian position is largely invisible. Public has no idea of what a librarian actually does. Libraries contribute little, if any, to the economic growth of the country. And users generally almost have no idea about the kind of services that the library provide, nor about the quality of service they render. Sometimes the librarian salaries are low when they are working in the private system. Sometimes we have a womanly image, like, अरे ये तो लड़कियों का काम है. So sometimes a womanly image has a negative effect on the status of our occupation. Sometimes we have a dull image, like we are very strict, we are dhile dhale. Okay, and low expectation means users are not expecting much from the librarian. So current scenario in library information science and services, like we are too much giving too much focus on IT. We have less training on library techniques and methods such as traditional methods. there is a lack of input from managerial skill, then there is a lack of standardization, library automation. We have more digitization but less number of digital libraries. There is no digital presentation policy in the in the institution. There is an open access initiative without any proper strategy. So this whole scenario is there in the country. Then why libraries and librarians are still important? So libraries and librarians are still important because there is a need of libraries and librarians in this age as well. Because like some people think that the role of libraries and librarians is decreasing. Rather, I would say that it is becoming more important provided you are keeping pace with emerging trends and technologies and willing to go out of box and also continue to improve your professional and technological competencies and grammar. If the users cannot come to the library, let the library you can say let the library reach them as per their requirement. So there is a need to see the library through our patron's eye, okay, rather than through a librarian's eye. So I will give an example from someone like in digital age. A smart girl is saying like, "Dad, I have fallen in love with a boy who is so cute. He's so far away from me. I'm in IT Delhi and he's in MIT USA. We became friends on Facebook, talk on WhatsApp. Finally saw each other on Skype. He proposed to me on Google Duo. I need your blessing." So a smart librarian who is father of this girl is saying, okay, okay, I suggest you to get married on Twitter, have fun on Tango, get your kids from eBay, deliver them through Dropbox, and oh yes, if you get tired of him, beta, sell him on OLX. So if so much can be perceived by digital native, change is constant. Libraries and librarians need to change as well to remain relevant. If you are changing yourself with the passage of time, then your importance will remain for life. You are still relevant. So with this, I would like to say that librarians are obsolete now because we have the internet. Some people are saying like this. So it is not true. Like in case of doctors, you have everything like X-ray, MRI, everything done through machine, through computer. Still, that report is interpreted by the doctors. So doctors, some people may say that librarians are not relevant or obsolete. It's like saying doctors are obsolete now that we have the telemedicine. So we can coexist. ICT and the librarian can coexist, and it's great to be a librarian. So I would like to acknowledge all those people from where I have taken different content, because I have taken these content from different resources on internet and from some of my published content as well. And thank you very much. Believe in yourself and have a nice time. I'm really sorry for the technical glitch. I was unaware because it was moving perfectly at my end. Thank you, organizers. Over to you.